All right. Hi, guys. Good afternoon. Good morning. My name is Perla Cerrone. I'm a gold consultant, EVA 100 and IATAN card holder. So we're going to be discussing and kind of learning how to navigate RoomRes, all of its different features and functions, the benefits that you can get out of it from being an Archer travel agent, and also going through and then creating a mock booking. All right. So obviously, initially, right up at the front, at the top, you can then see the different menu options, right? Obviously, self-explanatory, very, oh, of course she's gonna, sorry. Of course she's gonna be difficult as soon as I start. Hold on one second. Perks of being home, right? I guess, can just deal with the baby as you do a training. Okay, so as Archer agents, right, we immediately will automatically receive an email to join RoomRes, right? I just want to make sure everyone's muted. Okay. Usually you get it like within about a week or so from joining. Okay. And essentially RoomRes, it's actually pretty cool in how it organizes the hotels and listings for you when we populate our search. And I'll show you what that looks like. So you'll see here up at the top, it has rewards, right? So RoomRes has rewards, like a little rewards program for us. So every time you book, depending on however many times you book with them, you will accrue a certain amount of points, right? In dollars, that those points then will turn into dollars that you can then use for your own travel, or you can then even kind of redeem them for your clients if you wanted to, right? So it tells you then in terms of tiers. So you have to make a certain amount of bookings per year in order to achieve then a certain status. Okay, so that's just what that means. And I'll show you then where you can see how many points you will accrue for each booking. Okay, so let's just go home. Obviously, RoomRes, I kind of, if I can compare it to something, I'll compare it to like an Evo Rewards almost, where it's almost kind of, it can give you wholesale pricing. Like their pricing is a lot cheaper than other vendors, any one of our other vendors. But it doesn't allow you to bundle flights. That's the only thing that you're not allowed to bundle on here. You can bundle any one of the things that are here. So transfers, attractions, car rentals, tours. So I'll show you how to do that when we get to that step. Okay. If you scroll down, obviously it's just going to give you your different tools, and so on and so forth. Okay. So really not much to the home screen. Okay. So one thing I'm going to say is whenever you're doing your search, make sure you just select include package rates, leave that selected, because that's going to give you additional discounts, either that you can use for yourself or you can then offer to your clients. Okay. So we're going to do in the search, we're going to do San Diego. Now you can then type in the search box a specific city or area, or you can do a point of interest. So how it has San Diego or SeaWorld, San Diego Zoo. You can then even put in a specific hotel name if you really wanted to narrow it down, right? But for the purpose of the training, we're just going to do San Diego County. We're going to do the travel dates. I wrote them down for April of next year, and we're going to do for a family of 4. Okay, so default options, it shows that it is just 1 room, 2 adults. But if you just hit more options, this is then where you can add children. So we're just going to do 2 children, random ages 4 and 8. And then if for whatever reason you wanted to add another room, you certainly could. So I have found, just as a little tidbit, like a lot of times where we get travel requests for like larger groups, almost like 8+ people, I have noticed you are able to do that on here. It does give you the option to add more people than, let's say, Vax would, right? So Vax, I think the cutoff for that is like 8 8 travelers. It doesn't allow you to request more than 8 travelers. So here it does allow you to. Okay, so we're going to hit search hotels. So what I will say is that if for whatever reason you do have a narrow, like you want to really narrow it down, just automatically just search by destination, only because it's going to give you more of a search, right? More of a bigger range of hotels, and you may be able to find better pricing. If you are trying to bundle a package, so you're trying to do hotel transfers and activities and a car rental, start with the hotel first and then add on the other items. Okay, it'll be a lot easier for you. All right, so right off the bat, you're going to see along the left-hand side, as with any one of our other vendors, it's going to have different filters, right? You can filter by stars, points of interest, which this is nice. I really like this feature too. Facilities, property type, right? So RoomRes does also have apartments or villa rentals too, of course, if they're available in that destination. So this is another vendor that you could use if you are looking for that type of experience, or your client is looking for that type of experience for their travel. Okay. Now, RoomRes, what it does, it will strategically, it has a way of laying out the hotels and the search for you. So what it's going to do is it's going to automatically populate at the top, and it's going to start from, it's going to essentially like descend, right? So the very first one in the search, it's always going to be the one that's going to give you the best in savings, right? So you see automatically that it offers an Archer special rate for $429 a night, right? And then it has the online price, $789 a night, right? So you see that big significant difference, right? Now you can certainly go ahead on Expedia, which this is what we're going to do, and you can compare and see, like, is it really $789? You know what I mean? So it's going to automatically start from the top and give you the most savings. So you'll see if you scroll down, it's still cheaper, the Sheraton, but it's not that much of a difference in between, right? And same thing if you keep scrolling down. The more you scroll down, you'll see the closer in pricing it'll start to get, which that's fine. It's just, how it is. Now, what I will say, that sometimes you will find, I don't know if there is going to be one on this search, but sometimes you'll find that the online price is not available. Like it just says there's nothing there. Or sometimes you'll find that the online price is cheaper than Archer special rate price. And that's simply because that the resort itself might be holding like a special promotion, a special dollar off or percentage off of their daily rate that Archer is unable to match. Okay, so you can see that, and you can kind of like play, like, for example, like this one, this is cheaper, $319 a night versus $344. Okay, so we're going to actually just go with the first one. Okay, so once you click on the Archer special rate, what I will say is this total here, our commission of 11% is already factored into that total. Okay, so RoomRes will pay out 11% commission, and I'll show you where you can see exactly what your commission is going to look like. Now, if for whatever reason you wanted to book it at the $789, you certainly could, and you'll still receive commission on that, but it's just obviously that's going to be a cheaper option for you or for your client. Now, especially if you're trying to like sell this vacation package that we're going to put together. So obviously it's going to come up then with the hotel details, property location, amenities, different attractions that are close by, right? And then it's going to give you like a little snapshot of like their most recommended rooms and their totals. Okay. And it has a little carousel button. You can kind of click through and see which one you like better, or you can then see all of the rooms at one glance, right? If you just keep scrolling down. Now I'm going to go to Expedia and I'm going to type in San Diego and then do the same dates just to really compare if the pricing truly is that much cheaper. Now, remember, for those that are newer agents or even those that have been here for some time, always do your research, right? So don't always just go based off of what our vendors have just to see like, oh yeah, this is a good price, right? Or, oh yeah, it's $500 cheaper booking with us. Always do your research, always compare, okay? So let's just type in, if it'll come up. I know it came up earlier. No, okay, let me go to TripAdvisor. That's usually how I link over to Expedia. Okay. So usually I'll go to TripAdvisor and then you can put the dates in here. Okay. So we'll update that. Okay, so here, Expedia. One left at 7:01. So 7:01, like meaning per night. So now it's going to link me over. Now, this is just the regular Expedia site. This is not Expedia Tap. Okay, so obviously Expedia Tap is going to have different pricing than what the regular consumer Expedia site will have. Okay, so we're going to click this one, select room, and then we're going to try to select the same room that is on RoomRes. Okay. So obviously they only have one room available, which is the standard room with multiple beds. Okay. So let's see if we can even find that room. One king bed, two queen beds. Is that it? One king bed. Oh no, that's three queen beds. Okay. This is a big room. One king bed, two queen beds. I guess this is it. Okay. So standard room, one king bed, three queen beds. It sleeps 9. Obviously, this is a family of 4, but this is just a comparison. Okay. So in case if you wanted to obviously post this mock booking and someone is like, well, let me see exactly what this price comes up for myself, and they check on Expedia, they're going to see this is the only room that's available and they have something to compare it to, right? And you can automatically see that it's $3,900 total. Whereas on RoomRes, it's 31. Okay. So $700-800 cheaper than what is available on the consumer site. Okay. So obviously you don't see commission listed here, and I'll show you where you can find that. But let's say we're going to select this resort in this room. Okay. Now you have a few options here. Okay. This is all that's needed in order to reserve this room. You can just put all of the names here. You can pay and confirm, right? That's obviously going to pay it in full. It's not going to allow you to put a deposit down and then pay later. You have to pay in full. You can hold and pay later. So RoomRes allows you that option to hold a booking for 7 days, up to 7 days from today. Okay. So if for whatever reason it's the 8th day or it's the 7th day at that time of expiration, then the booking will just be voided. It'll be canceled. Okay. So then you can also create an itinerary if you wanted to. So I'll show you then, if we select create itinerary, there's obviously no payment details that are required, but the booking is not going to be confirmed. Okay. So this is almost like if you wanted to just send this over to your client as a, hey, here's some pricing, right? Create itinerary. If we hit that, oh wait, hold on. And the child is Molly and Steve. Okay. You can also then create a template for marketing purposes if you wanted to too. Okay. So we'll just hit create itinerary. You see how it says then earn. Oh, sorry. I went too fast. I don't know if any of you saw where it said earn, and then it said 1,559 points. That's how many points you would then earn for this booking. That would then convert over to dollars for your rewards. Okay. So when you hit create itinerary, It's going to automatically come up with an itinerary number. It's a draft. It's not held or paid for. Okay. So it's going to come up here, right? This is now where you are then able to add and bundle things together for this client, right? So let's say you wanted to add an attraction. Let's say we're going to add an attraction. Now it's going to take you back to to home, but it's going to have this button here that, or this little flag that this, whatever you're searching, whatever you're going to be adding on, it's going to automatically add on to Sally's itinerary. Okay. So let's just say San Diego, California. It's going to automatically populate in the dates of your travel and then your travelers. Okay. I don't know why it defaulted to ages 5 and 5. Whatever. Okay, then we'll hit search. Now, you don't have to bundle search. You don't have to bundle attractions on RoomRes. You certainly can use Evo rewards or Viator or whatever, but just for the purpose of the training, I'm just going to show you how to do it in case you ever wanted to. Okay, so obviously they have young kids. So let's say they want to go to the zoo. So let's add on some tickets to the zoo. It's a 1-day pass, right? This is the total. Okay. We'll hit book now. It's going to ask you what day out of their traveling dates, the 17th to the 22nd, what day are they going to be traveling to the zoo? Okay, so let's say they want to go on the 19th. And then we're going to, I think I'm going to have to add the names. Yeah. We're going to add to the itinerary. And we'll just put my email for the sake of the training. Okay, then we're going to add to itinerary. Sarah, yes, you should be able to then add more than one activity. All right. So now it's going to take us back to this itinerary. Okay. And it's going to have the total for the hotel, the total for the activity that we just added. Okay. Now, let's say we wanted to add another attraction, right? Or add another product, right? Let's say they need a car rental or a tour or something, right? So what did you say, Sarah? The safari. Okay. Is that separate from the zoo pass? I'm assuming. Now, if you select, okay, let's see if we can find it. If you select add, I went too far, add another product, it's not going to default your travel dates. So just make sure that you update that then, or just, you know, keep an eye out for that. Oh, is it this safari park? So it's like 2 separate passes. Okay, perfect. So we'll just add this. We'll add the safari park as well. Okay, book now. So very easy to do, right? Let's say we want to do it on the same day on the 19th. Now you're bundling all of these things together so that way you can get a grand total price, right? And then you can then send your client this itinerary from RoomRes if you wanted to. And I can then also show you how to like here, create customer quote. I'll then show you where you can see your commission, your total commission for everything total. Okay. All right, let's see if we wanted to add, let's add a rental car. car rentals, San Diego International. Now, when you're doing car rentals on RoomRes, just keep in mind it's going to ask you for the flight information. Let's just say 30. In terms of what time you're picking up. So of course we don't have flight info right now. So let's just put a random time. I have military time on my stuff, so that's why it looks like that. And then we'll drop it off on the 22nd. Now obviously you could always edit this, right? Should you need to. All right, then we'll search. Okay, so obviously, again, you don't have to bundle a car on RoomRes. Let's say you end up finding a cheaper car rental on Evo Rewards or something like that, right? So you can certainly do that. So it's going to filter by the cheapest. So with Avis, this is the cheapest, $670. So we'll book now. It's going to ask you if you need some boosters, right? Which there is an additional cost for that. So we'll say yes. Okay. Primary driver info. All right, we're going to have to make some address up. Birth date, that's fine. Hopefully it doesn't know that this is like a fake address. Let's just say a city. Allentown, Pennsylvania. Well, they have Pennsylvania spelled wrong. Okay. You could put an additional driver if you wanted to. Now, of course, you guys are not hurting anything by doing all of this, right? Even though you're putting all this information in, it's not doing anything at all. It's just reserving it and creating an itinerary, or not reserving it. I shouldn't say that. It's creating an itinerary for your client. Okay. So you're not holding anything. You're not putting in a card number, right? You could even hold and pay later for this as well, or just simply add to the itinerary. Okay. Just keep note or make note that if you're adding multiple products to your client's itinerary or to a reservation in general, each one of them is going to have its own separate cancellation rules, right? So they're not all going to have the same thing. They're not all going to have the same fees if for whatever reason a cancellation comes up, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, so we got the hotel. We have the car rental with the booster. We have the safari park tickets, and then we have the zoo tickets, okay? Brandy, you do not need to do an authorization form for each single one individually because you're going to just pay everything together, right? So if we say pay and confirm, it's going to give us a grand total at the bottom. So you're charging their card just once. Now, of course, if they end up saying later on, like let's say they're like, well, take off the safari. We don't want the safari. You take it off. And then let's say later on they want the safari. Then yes, of course, you'll do a credit card authorization form just for that specific transaction. But it's just one big transaction, but it looks like 4 separate things. Okay. So let's say this is all that we're going to do. Okay. You can pay and confirm, right? Hold and pay later. Hold it for 7 days. Okay. Otherwise it'll be canceled. This is where you can then create a customer quote. Okay. So you hit create customer quote. It'll open a new tab. Now it's going to add a title for this quote. Okay. So it's going to automatically default to the location of this resort. Okay. So let's just say family vacation. If you wanted to, this is if you're going to send them this quote from RoomRes. It's going to create like a link. You can send it to them like this. Okay. You can then add descriptions, or it'll just automatically be defaulted with what RoomRes puts in. So 5 nights at a 4-star. Okay. It includes San Diego Safari Park and San Diego Zoo. And it includes Kia Rio, let's say car rental or similar. Okay. So yes, I want to include these descriptions. Would you like to include your customer name? Yes. Would you like to display the itinerary dates? Yes. Do you want to display a total price that you're quoting to the customer? Yes. Okay. So this is the total price. This is the commission. 478.65. This is where you can then see your commission, see where you're going to make. Okay. Now I will say this, and not to complicate you guys or not to confuse you guys or complicate this even more, but considering that this is a $700 to $800 difference in terms of the hotel, from Expedia, this is an opportunity. If you wanted, you could do some instant commission if you wanted, right? You can add an additional $100 wholesale fee or something like that. You're still saving the money. Now, this is something you would be getting your instant commission up front, and then you would then be receiving your 80% of the 478 once the trip is completed. Okay, so you can kind of get creative with this. I have done that before, right? Especially if it's such a large amount of savings that you're giving your client, you could then get something up front for your services and then get paid the remaining balance later. Okay. So you could then put that total here. Like if you're going to add an additional $100 or something, you could put it here if you wanted. Would you like to add prices that you are quoting to the customer for each element? So meaning what each thing what each thing individually costs, right? So that way they have almost kind of like a price breakdown. So that way they almost have like a price breakdown of what it is. It's not going to show what your commission is, if you guys are wondering. Okay. So let's just say no. Then you can add a personal message at the bottom, right? You can just say call Perla to discuss and include, and then you can put your logo. I will show you guys, remind me how to show you how to upload your own logo rather than having Archer Room Res logo. Okay. So we'll hit generate quote. Now here is the URL, or you can do a PDF. Okay. So we're going to open this in a new tab so that way we don't get out from here. And this is what the link is going to look like to your client. Okay. It's nice. It's not like anything that's like, oh, this is ugly, right? It's a lot better than just sending like the email from Vax, I feel. Okay, so here's that title that we put in, the travel dates prepared for Sally Smith, total price, everything that it includes, and then it's going to give them an itinerary detailed. Okay, so they'll be checking in. Here they'll get their car rental, the pickup dates, and pickup date, pickup time, drop off date, and drop off time, and the location. San Diego Zoo with the safari park, and then the San Diego Zoo day pass. Okay. Here is then a map with their location. And then here, my little message at the bottom. If they say, I like it, right? It's not going to confirm the holiday, the holiday, it says here. Well, they're based out of Australia, I think. So their term of vacation obviously is holiday. You can say, I like it. Now, once they say, I like it, you'll get a notification of it. It's then just going to prompt you to get things rolling to reserve the package, right? It's not going to actually reserve anything on their end, obviously, because you need payment to finalize everything, right? So that's what it looks like to your client when you send it to them. Now, if they hit view details, it's just going to give them like a nice overview of the park, right? Or if they hit view details for the car rental, it'll tell them that's a horrible photo, blurry photo, but you get the idea, right? It gives them some photos of the hotel. This is a nice place, right? So very nice thing that you can then just send it to them rather than you typing something up or trying to figure out how you're going to send this over. Okay. Any questions with that, guys, at all? Any questions? Samsung, sorry, I don't know your name. In terms of getting paid the instant commission, that's something that you can do through Square. I personally have Square. That's where I have then charged and done my instant commissions through there. or like PayPal or something like that. But that's a whole different training. Not to make this training long or anything.
Hey,
Yes.
Carla,
Yeah.
when you were selecting whether you wanted the breakdown in pricing or to leave it as a whole price,
Mhm.
if you had built in your instant commission amount of $100, like you gave as an example, and you chose the individual pricing, would that show up as a line item that you then
Um,
would have to put in a description?
let's try it. Let's see if it'll do anything. Include, yes, total price. And then let's do 4451. Oh no, it doesn't. It takes it away actually. If I hit
Okay.
yes. So like if I hit no and do 4451, it'll leave it. But if I hit yes that I want the breakdown of everything, unless if you
Added the
oh
100
wait, no,
there.
I got it. Yeah, unless if you just add it, like let's say we want to add it to this because that's for the hotel.
Okay, I
Let
got
me
you.
see.
Thank you.
Let me see what it does. So rather than giving them then, so here it is, 4451.
Okay, perfect.
That's what the 100, right? Yeah, see, there we go. 3217. So that's additional $100 on the hotel. So you would have to select if you wanted to do that, if you wanted to get some sort of instant commission by using RoomRez's quote, you would have to select that you want each individual thing displayed and then add your dollar amount to whichever one of these, whichever one that you're adding it to. Obviously, you're going to just add it to the hotel because that's what's applicable, right? The hotel is what we are comparing with Expedia. That's 3,900, and over here it's 3,100, right? So that's what we would be adding it to. So you want it displayed on to reflect on the actual hotel total. Okay. Yeah,
Thank you.
that was a really good question. Okay. So you can then also generate a PDF if you wanted to just send over a PDF file rather than sending them a link, right? So you have two different options there. Which the PDF will look like the same thing, but obviously a PDF if this ever decides to load. But anyway, okay. Let me get out from here. Okay. So let's say you wanted to create another itinerary like this because you posted this mock booking and somebody was interested, right? You can come here and duplicate this, right? Create another itinerary like this, and then you can make some changes to that itinerary however you wanted to. Okay. So now let's go and you want to find this itinerary. So you would go to itinerary and templates, and this is where you would find it here. Okay. Then you can view it there. Customer quotes, same thing. So this is going to be all of the quotes that you have already generated and created for clients. Okay. You can edit the quote. It shows you customer interaction, how many times the client has viewed the link that you sent over. And you can obviously then get the URL again and get the PDF again if for whatever reason you end up losing your spot. Okay. All right. So let me see if there's anything else I wanted to add. Any questions with using RoomRez? It's very easy to use. I find it to be one that I like to compare pricing to if ever I'm looking to split things up rather than bundle things together. Oh, how to add the logo. Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Let me see if I remember how to do that. All right, so click on your name up at the top and go to my profile. And it's going to be right here up at the top. Okay. Agent photo. So you can put your photo, like if you have a selfie or a professional headshot or whatever. But I personally just added my logo just to make it, professional. Okay. Yeah, you're welcome. And then here for Roomra's rewards, I think I went over this already, but if you wanted to just see how it works in terms of how much you can earn, right? Now, obviously, here are the tiers. So each time you move up in tiers, you're going to earn more points for each dollar amount. Okay. Markella, no, there is no training video because once you are an Archer travel agent, you will then receive an email invitation to join RoomRes with like a link to join. So check your inbox. Sometimes you can also check spam. It shouldn't go there, but you should check there too. I will say, I don't know if you have Gmail, but sometimes I will get a lot of vendor emails go to a promotions folder. I don't know how that like Gmail did that for me, but it's a little annoying. Where I will then get all vendor emails sent to a promotions folder. So it'll then have all the sales, all the deals. If they're responding back to me on an inquiry or something, it automatically defaults to that promotions folder. So you can check that too. Okay. If you need to contact Roomras at all by any means, this is their contact information. They are super, super responsive 24/7, 365. There is someone that's available on the Australian team. They do have, and then also on the US as well. The US is based, I learned yesterday, they are based in Florida. So they're obviously like Eastern Standard Time. And then obviously, the Australian team too. Okay. They are very responsive with email. The one time I booked with them, I wasn't even sure how to find my commission. I was like, can you show me how to find it? What is my commission for this booking? And they were very helpful. I also had an issue once with transfers that I arranged for a client, and they were able to rectify that and kind of just provide a little bit of clarity in terms of, you know, what happened and the policies and stuff like that. So very responsive. I love that they're available all the time, by email and by phone. Even by email, they respond very, very quickly too. All right. So if there's no other questions on actual using RoomRes, then we're just going to move to creating and posting this mock booking. Okay. So let me go back to the itinerary. I'm going to leave Expedia up because I want to purposely put how much of a savings for this package. Okay.
Perla, I have one quick question actually.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I also agree they have amazing customer service. I don't know who you talk to, but Monica Brooks is always the one who's like
Oh
responding to
yeah.
me.
She's the one that
Yeah,
always responds to.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
She
they're
is.
really great, but I do have an observation. You know, when you click on the hotel, Archer Travel rate, and then you see a lot of options for the room types. I discovered from Monica, she said they're all suppliers, they're all different suppliers. That's why they're all like different rates. They have different
Yes.
descriptions. Some have photos, some don't.
Mhm.
And when you actually book it, because I booked a couple and they're only hotel only, you know how you get that customer voucher? Do you
Mhm.
see that when you book it? Yeah. And it shows Boomres, Archer Travel Group, and then it shows payable to whatever their supplier is. So it says Agoda. One time I booked it, it was Fit Rums, and I had to look it up what Fit Rums is. I guess it's a
Yeah.
travel booking portal. I guess my question is, I don't like how it looks, and it says you give it to your client, the client shows it at check-in. Do you do that? Do you contact the hotel and provide that prior to them
So
arriving?
do you mean this? Hold on.
It's a
Let me pull
yeah.
it up. I haven't booked on do you mean this?
Yes, yes.
So I did send this over to my client, but I did
Okay.
find if you, and I don't like how this looks either, what you could do
Yeah.
is, because I have done this, like, for example, like with Vax. Vax does the same thing where it will send you the confirmation email and it'll say, thank you for choosing Fun Jet
Mhm.
Vacations or something. I don't send that email to my client. I will copy and paste what I want, and I will erase Archer's information. I will erase FunJet. I'll put thank you for choosing Dandelion Travels.
Yeah.
I'll put my contact information, all that stuff, right? So what you could do essentially is the same thing with this. You could literally just copy and paste this into an email or into like a PDF file and just create it yourself again with, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I do send a confirmation through email with my stuff, but
Mm.
I guess my question is, does the hotel expect this voucher when they check in?
Oh,
Because
honestly, yeah, like honestly, I'm not too sure because it's the same thing with beds online, how it gives you that
Mhm.
voucher. I mean, anytime that you go to a hotel, you're just say, "Hey, I'm here to check in," and they
Yeah.
ask you
Mhm.
for your name and an ID, right? I
Yeah.
never have had clients tell me that they've had to actually show this. I send it to them, whether if I'm booking through RoomRes, beds online, or anything like that.
Mhm.
But they've never told me that they have needed to print it or
Gotcha. That's what I thought because I actually emailed this to the hotel. I said, Can you just put this on your file, so that when they check in, they don't need to provide to you?" And they said, "Yeah, they can." So like they don't even know. I don't think they need it.
yeah. Yeah, and Kim just said too, she hasn't had to need it. Yeah, so
Okay.
I think it's just like kind of like how Vax has their
Yeah.
confirmation of booking. I think that's
See,
just
yeah.
their version of it.
Okay, perfect. Makes sense. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Did you have a question, Kim?
Yeah, so you know how on Vax, when you like if you do hold something while you're sending it to your client and trying to, confirm that that's what they wanted, and you go back in, and sometimes you have pricing changes.
Mm-hmm.
Um, have you had that happen with room res, number one, and number two, if you're creating it as an itinerary, does it secure that particular pricing for that amount of days?
So first question, I have not had that happen, actually.
Okay.
I've checked several times on RoomRes for those clients that like really drag out the booking on wanting to lock things
Mm-hmm.
in, and the pricing has stayed the same. Um, of course, I always advise them pricing is subject to change, but I personally have not run into that issue. And then the second question, creating an itinerary does not lock in that pricing. So if you go to so here, view itinerary. If you scroll down, if you hit hold and pay later, this will confirm the itinerary with the price above, with the pricing each individual thing is by holding and
Okay.
paying later. But this obviously has an expiration of 7 days.
Okay.
So, and then obviously paying confirms it too. So creating the itinerary is almost like the same as you creating a quote for your client and letting them know like, hey, prices are subject to change.
Okay. So would you more often do hold and pay later?
I would, yes, if I knew that they were going to reserve, and I would just let them know, like, I went ahead and reserved the this itinerary for you. No deposit was needed at this time. However, I am only able to guarantee pricing 7 days from now. So the itinerary itself will be voided on this such and such date or something. So I would
Okay.
let them
Thank you.
know, yes. Joshua, yes. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. Okay. All right. So let's go to let's then create and do this mock booking. All right. So I went over, no, that's not what I want. Here. So I'm going to do it on Meta Business Suite so I can post both on Facebook and on Instagram. You guys can do it however you want, but I'll literally just copy and paste my uh post and I'll put it in the chat for you guys to then use yourselves. Okay. So let me let me save these pictures first that I want. I think I want to go to that's fine. Or you know what? Let me go to the website. I'll have photos. I guess they don't have. Let's see if we can find that room. One king bed. Well, this is like a one. Let me search on here. All right, let me just get pictures from room res. Oh, geez. I usually get photos from TripAdvisor or from the hotel site itself. But I guess the hotel site doesn't really have photos. So I'm just going to do like 3 or 4 photos. And then this was the little. Doesn't necessarily have to be the exact same. I normally just put like a photo of the exterior with the pool. Okay, that's good enough. All right, so let me add these photos. Did it not save my other photos? I guess not. All right, well, I guess, and what is being particular? We'll just add those 3 photos just for the sake of time. Okay. So let me rearrange these. Put that one first. Okay. So this is usually the template that I use. No, you do not have to pay for Meta Business Suite. To be honest with you, I don't even know how I got it set up. I think it automatically came up because I created my business page and it was like linked to my personal account. So it's just one login for everything. So I was then able to, now I can then just post on all of my business pages at once. So let me do this one here and that one. Okay. So I usually give it like a little title. So let's just say San Diego Family Escape. Okay. Doesn't have to be anything elaborate. Then we can do travel dates and then April 17th to the 22nd. And then it's going to be, you're welcome. So package includes, or we don't have to put that. We'll leave that blank. So we will do, how long are they going for? 17, what is that, 5 days? Or 6 day, 5 night, right? 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. Sorry. 6 day, 5 night accommodations for 2 adults and 2 children at 5-star. Where is this place located again? Oh yeah, Borrego Springs Resort. Okay. So that's the first thing that's included. Then the second thing that's included is let me see the itinerary again. What was the name of it? San Diego Zoo Day Pass. Then the San Diego Zoo Safari Park Pass. And then economy car rental. Okay. Then I will then put like a little asterisk just to make note that airfare is not included. Okay. A little emoji. And then we can say retail. Let's not do retail. Let's just do savings of, let's say that we're going to add on the additional $100 of wholesale, right? So then it was, how much is the hotel again? Let me get my phone. So 391784. This girl is gonna break her neck the way she's sleeping. Okay. Then let's say we're gonna just add on an additional $100. So 321790. Okay, so savings it's $699.94. So let's just say $700. Okay. So let's just say, like, yeah, I'm surprised. I was afraid she wasn't gonna sleep the whole time, but I'm glad she is. My first training in like over 2 months, and I was so nervous. Savings of $700. Oh, wait. Book with us. So you can say like a little incentive, right? Book with us and receive a savings of $700 off hotel price or hotel value or something. Okay. And then usually like if there's like a little promo or something, I'll do like the eye emoji or the blowing my mind emoji or something. Well, I have a 7-year-old and I'm surprised he's being so quiet right now, but I specifically told him, I was like, you cannot bother me while I do this training. Okay, so then you can put contact and then put your name for your free quote today. And then I'll put my business number. And then I always put licensed, bonded, and insured travel agent. Okay. So that's it in terms of the template. So I'm not necessarily like, I'm not putting a total price for the reservation or for the package, right? I'm just saying what the total of this is, or I'm sorry, what the promotion is in terms of the savings, right? Now, if this was a vendor that we would be able to put a deposit down to then make payments, then I would opt for putting the deposit amount. So if it was like $200 deposit or something, then I would put the deposit amount in addition to the savings, right? But because we have to pay in full, I'm just going to put the savings, okay? Because then you want people to inquire with you, right? So I normally get messages. I have one client in particular. She will, just the other day I posted, or it was yesterday, I posted a promo for Bali, and she texts me and she's like, seriously, Bali? And she put like the like sarcastic like emoji or whatever, because I knew that she was like interested in it. She's like, give me all the details, right? So I'll show you the I use the same template for Bali, and I'll show you I didn't put like too much information, but enough information for people to inquire. Okay. So usually what I do, I will then customize my post for Facebook or for Instagram. So it's the same information, except on Instagram, I'm adding hashtags. I find that hashtags work a lot better on Instagram than Facebook. I don't know if that's what your experience is, but that's usually what I do. Okay. Yes, Samsung, that's correct. Yep, we are covered under Archer. So that's why we can put that. So I'll copy this and I'll just put it on Instagram. So then now Facebook is different. Okay. So let me copy this over and put it in the chat for you guys. You might just have to fix the spacing and then obviously just change your name and put your information down. Okay. So then one thing I will say too, if you have Meta Business Suite, if you haven't noticed this, or if you haven't realized this, you can also publish to groups. So from Facebook, obviously, right? So I can immediately, my post will be posted on any one of these groups. I think you can only do 3. So then that way that takes care of 3 groups, and then I can just share it into 2 other groups, right? Or however many other groups. So let's say I want to post it to travel agent free advertising. I want to post it to Pennsylvania small business advertising. And let's say this one, right? It has 45,000 members, just to get more eyes to my business, right? I can hit save. So now my Facebook post will be posted into those 3 groups. Okay. Yes, Joshua. Yep. So I add those hashtags. So usually what I've noticed is I'll add hashtags because I've noticed that people follow certain hashtags. I mean, I personally don't, but I've noticed, a lot of other people do. And then I'll get more eyes to my page. I'll have people that like my page or like my posts, and they don't necessarily follow me, right? So it's just a nice little thing I like to do. So you can publish now if you wanted, if you're following along, or you can schedule the post, right? Sometimes I will do this. I'll show you guys what my calendar looks like. You can schedule posts ahead of time for the entire month. You can then see what active times your followers or your audience is, right? So active times for me are like late evening times for Facebook, and kind of early afternoon or early morning times for Instagram, right? So it's going to be different for each platform, but you can decide however you want to do that. So if I want to hit publish, and then you'll get a little notification that obviously depending on whichever groups you're posting to at the same time, some of those groups then might need what's it called? Like approval. So it'll take a few minutes. It's not that it's going to come up right away. Okay. So you can then see my post here. Okay. This was my post from earlier this morning. Let me show you. Let me go back to Facebook. So this was the post I did for Bali yesterday. Right here. So same type of template. I did a little title, travel dates, what this package included. Airfare was not included. This one, I did put the total package price for this one because of the significant savings. So this was a 50% off package. And so I just did book with us and receive the above package for $659 per person, right? So, and then here's that deposit information. And she reached out and was like, I want all the details on this package, right? Because she wanted more information on everything that was included in this package, even though I put the price. Okay. So same thing. So now if I refresh, my post should be here. Here it is. Here's that post that I did. Now I shared it into those 3 groups. I can then go ahead and share it into some other groups. So obviously we always recommend you share into at least 5 groups in the morning, 5 groups in the evening. That'll help too. Usually what I do is I will then switch to my personal profile, and I'll share them from my personal profile because I am part of more groups than I am. I'm a part of more groups on my personal page than I am on my business page. Okay. So you'll be able to see, have more eyes. So I can share this to my feed, right? So not everybody that's on my friends list or followers, right, follow my business page. So I can post this and I can say something like, another great deal by, and then tag myself. And then I have a Facebook group that I created for just based off of my business, right? I'll post it on my Facebook group as well. Because I have other followers on there that don't follow my business page. Okay. And I'll just put like a smiley or something, right? So that's it. Any questions, guys? With that, with RoomRes, with creating the mock booking, with posting it, with sharing it, any questions with that at all? No? You're welcome. Okay, great. Good. All right, so let me